Retirement. Every athlete has to face it eventually, but some athletes think they called it quits a little too soon and decide to come back and empty the tank. Michael Jordan famously retired to try baseball and then came back to win 3 straight NBA titles. Michael Phelps retired from competitive swimming and then came back and won 5 more Olympic gold medals. And most recently, Tom Brady unretired and, well, we'll see how that goes. But today, I'm going to tell you about the best unretirement you've never heard of. A player that came back because a team was so bad, he decided they needed his help. Jeff Saturday is not who this video is about. But while I was making this video, a series of events unfolded that were very similar to the ones I'll tell you about today. For those who don't know, Jeff Saturday played 13 seasons in the NFL and was one of the best centers to ever do it. He retired in 2013, and in 2017 he began coaching high school football. Obviously still a fan of the NFL, on October 30th, 2022, Saturday tweeted these 3 words from his couch: "Raiders look horrible." Jump over to his former team, the Indianapolis Colts. They're not looking too great themselves. 7 days after Saturday's tweet, and after a 3-5-1 start, the Colts fired head coach Frank Reich. But they didn't have a replacement ready. So who do they turn to lead the way while they look for a new coach? That's right, Jeff Saturday. And who is the first team they have to play while he's the head coach? Right again, the Las Vegas Raiders. Jeff had a chance to put his money where his mouth is, and he delivered. The Colts beat the Raiders 25-20. A perfect example of talking the talk and walking the walk. However, that's not the first time a legendary player talked shit and then came out of retirement to back it up. But instead of football, it was baseball. And instead of coming back to coach, he came back to actually play. That player was Dizzy Dean. Now, for the longest time, I didn't know Dizzy Dean was an actual person. I just knew it was the name of the little league that I played in. Yep, that's me. But one year, we played in the World Series. Yeah, I know. I'm a pretty big deal. And we got these shirts. I asked my dad, "Who's the guy on my shirt?" To which he replied, "That's Dizzy Dean, dumbass." Fair enough. Dizzy Dean was a major league pitcher, and a damn good one at that. When he retired in 1941, he was a 4-time All-Star, a league MVP, a World Series winner, and would eventually go on to be elected into the Hall of Fame. After his baseball career, Dizzy got into broadcasting, and was arguably even better at that than he was at baseball. He quickly became adored for his incorrect grammar, lack of censorship, and his willingness to tell it like it is. He once said, while broadcasting a game on CBS, "I don't know why they're calling this the game of the week. There's a much better game, Dodgers and Giants, over on NBC," which even by today's standards would be pretty hilarious to hear an announcer admit. Dean played his best years in a Cardinals uniform, but called games for both the St. Louis Cardinals and the St. Louis Browns. After calling a few awful pitching performances in a row, Dizzy said on air, "I swear I could do better than a lot of those guys pitching these days," nearly 7 years after he retired. I mean, this is basically the 1947 equivalent of Jeff Saturday's tweet about the Raiders, right? Now, some people were pretty upset about this disrespectful claim, and they decided to do the 1947 equivalent of replying to that tweet. Fans sent in telegrams calling Dizzy's bluff, telling him to prove it and go out on the mound for the Browns. Browns management heard about these telegrams and saw an opportunity. They offered Dizzy a contract. It was for 1 game, the final one of the season. Dizzy signed it, saying it was the only contract that he didn't send back for more money. The manager's publicity stunt worked. Over 15,000 fans showed up to watch Dizzy pitch one last time. It was the 3rd highest attendance of the entire season. But for Dizzy, it was no publicity stunt. He was there to prove a point, and he succeeded. He started the game and pitched 3 scoreless, hitless innings before getting a hit himself in his first at-bat. Unfortunately, on his way to first, his aging body failed him, and Dizzy pulled his hamstring. He pitched 1 more full inning and gave up 3 hits, but still no runs, before leaving the game due to injury. But his point was proven. Dizzy Dean was, in fact, as he said, better than a lot of those guys pitching.
Dizzy Dean, they tell me that you're dizzy, but if I could throw a ball like you, I'd like to be as dizzy as you are.
And the Browns proved it further by giving up 5 runs in the 9th inning and losing the game. To hear the story of how a team got away with using the same batter twice in one lineup, watch this video next, and hit subscribe to see all future episodes. Thanks for watching.